Hey, good afternoon, Scorpio, and welcome to your May Tarot reading. Your mid-May Tarot reading. Today is Sunday, May the 17th. Scorpio, it's great to have you here and great to be able to queue up this reading and to provide your May Tarot reading for you. Whether your sun sign is Scorpio or your moon or rising sign is Scorpio, or you could just be checking up on a Scorpio, whatever the energies were that brought you here to this reading, trust those energies. Keep in mind, my readings aren't date specific, so whenever it is the readings find you, right, if they resonate, then you can claim them, they're your reading. But Scorpio, beautiful zodiac sign. My sun is a Scorpio. Scorpios have this beautiful way of just effortlessly grabbing the limelight, right? My sun is fantastic at that. Very talented energy, very focused, very brave, faithful, and ambitious. Sometimes Scorpios can be a little bit secretive when it comes to their emotions. Scorpio, you were located in the 8th house. 8th house represents the things like death, taxes, and inheritances. It's also joint resources, other people's money, sex, and transformation. And Scorpio, you were ruled by the planet of Pluto. Pluto, the planet of endings, the planet of transformation, the planet that has 5 moons that orbit it, and they orbit Pluto pretty sporadically, right? And I feel like those 5 moons, right, they create that kind of chaotic, transformational, energetic change that we associate to the Scorpio readings. Or the Scorpio energy, I should say. All right, Scorpio, I want to take a moment before we begin the reading by tapping the crystal healing bowl and giving it a chance to sing to us. This is our way of letting our guides know that we're about ready to start. This is also a perfect time to be mindful of our guides, angels, and teachers, and to express our gratitude to them, as well as guardian angel energy and all the beautiful intuitive guidance that they provide to us. Okay, Scorpio, that came out strong and vibrant on this end. I'm looking forward to your reading today, all right? Because I kind of feel like things are going pretty good for Scorpio right now. I could be wrong, but let's get into your reading and find out. So Scorpio, the first thing I want to do is I want to pull an affirmation card for you. And I want to pull this affirmation card from my Magical Spell Cards by Lucy Cavendish. This is going to serve as the affirmation taking us into your tarot reading today. Okay, Scorpio, we pull the affirmation of safe home, right? This is a good affirmation, a beautiful affirmation. The number 39, which reduces to a 12, which will reduce that back to a 3. 3 is a powerful number. I cast the circle round about, safety now is beyond doubt. I cast the circle round about, safety now is beyond doubt. I cast the circle round about, safety now is beyond doubt. So Scorpio, I read that out loud 3 times, and I believe that by reading it 3 times, there's a stronger, greater manifestation power to the number 3, and we want to create as strong of a manifestation for you with this affirmation as possible. So, I mean, what that lets me know is that some of you, you may be in the process of moving, of relocating, or you could have relocated recently, or you could have others in your life that may be traveling, right? And wanting them to be able to travel safely. Especially right now with everything that's taking place with COVID-19, the coronavirus, with the quarantine. Just the energy of recognizing, right, that I'm safe here where I am, right? That this place that I reside, it brings me the comfort and the shelter that I'm seeking, and I'm grateful for that, right? So I feel like for many, this may be about just recognizing, being appreciative, right, of the home, the shelter that you do have, especially right now. All right, Scorpio, let's get started. I'm gonna pull some energies for you from my John Holland's Psychic Tarot of the Heart deck. Okay. All right, Scorpio, coming in and showing up at the center of your tarot reading today, we have equivalent to the 7 of Wands. We have choose your battles, right? So it's about making choices. making choices, right? And I'm looking here at the figure here on this card. He's standing right here, and you know, these faces, they're much bigger than him, right? And almost feels like, I don't know, he may feel a little bit intimidated about making these choices, right? Because maybe they're important choices, that maybe they're big events, they're things that matter to you in your life, Scorpio. But definitely the energy of you know, choosing, looking at different options. All right, Scorpio, let's pull some more energies for you here. Okay, coming in next for you, Scorpio, we have another 7. 7's a very spiritual number. So this is move. This is equivalent to the energy of Cancer. So some of you may be connected to a Cancer. And some of you literally may very well be in the process right now of looking at relocating, right? Looking at, relocating, moving, changing homes. Okay, Scorpio, coming in next, we have finding balance. That's coming in above choose your battles. Coming in next to that, we have Empress energy, nurture, beautiful energy. Coming in next, we have well-deserved reward. So Scorpio, I want to point out here, you know, with this moving, this relocating, and that's not going to resonate with all of you, but it will resonate with many of you. And it doesn't have to be you moving; it may be somebody moving towards you, right? But you know, with this nurturing energy, this is connected to nature, right? So some of you may be moving to a place where you're able to maybe surround yourselves more around nature. Coming in next, we have the Judgment card showing up as Blossom. That's coming in underneath Nurture and next to Choose Your Battles. Okay, Scorpio, here we have Leo's energy showing up. The Strength card showing itself as Control. I feel like this is about observing, you know, observing, paying attention. I mean, Scorpio, you may have been observing others or observing somebody else, or they've been observing you. Okay, beautiful. Coming in next for you, Scorpio, we have Balance. So balance, this is equivalent to, in terms of energy, so it's equivalent to the Temperance card, right, which represents the energy of Sagittarius. Okay, and then coming in last, we have Darkest Fears. So Darkest Fears coming in underneath Blossom, next to Balance. All right, Scorpio. Let me take a look here and just kind of begin to see and feel what these energies are sharing with us. So yeah, Scorpio, what I'm looking at here, I feel like many of you, right, if this reading's resonating, you have choices. You have some choices in front of you. And some of these choices, for some of you, may be in regards to relocating, right, of where you move. I say that because showing up here at the center of your reading is Choose Your Battle. So this is being deep in thought, right? Putting a lot of energy into thinking about maybe where you want to relocate, where you want to move to. Or having somebody move towards you, because we have two hands here. So it's about, well, if it's a relationship reading, if this is about a connection for you, Scorpio, this is about yourself and the other person, right? Doing your individual work to raise your vibration, right? Both of you working to raise your vibration and finding your balance of mind, body, and spirit. Both of you working on your vibration to raise it in a way that can bring the two of you together in a beautiful union. For some of you, you may be relocating, like I said, getting out to nature, right? Nurturing. This is the Empress energy. The great thing about the Empress is, This is a very loving energy, like loving for the entire collective, right? But what makes the Empress, what provides her the ability to be able to show and put forth all this loving energy, is she's learned to recognize her own value and her own worth. She's the kind of person that connects herself with nature, that gets excited about nature, loves to go out and look at the plants, the flowers, and the trees, right? Listen to music, listen to the birds chirp. It's a beautiful energy. Well-deserved reward, right? So this is letting you know, Scorpio, your reward, it's there. It's waiting for you, and it's well-deserved. So it's letting the universe letting you know, for many of you, you've done the work. And then coming in next, we have Blossom. So this is equivalent to the Judgment card. I'm just looking at the figure here. She's taking this ball of energy, right? And where does the energy that she's bringing in front of her, where does it come from? It comes from within her, right? So she's feeling connected to this energy within her, right? And it's very optimistic. It's very positive. It's very invigorating. And she's taking it, right? And it's like she's churning it up. She's feeding it within her, and she's building up this energy. I feel like that's showing up for you, Scorpio, right? Letting you know, right, of your ability to be able to do this. Now, here we have Control. So Control, this is equivalent to the Strength card. And what I was feeling on this is observing, that you may find yourself observing others, or others observing you. And showing up here in your reading, it may be coming up here for you, Scorpio, to let you know that for some of you, there may be a little bit more work to do in terms of investing your energy a little further into what it is you're trying to make a decision on in life, right? What are these choices that you're trying to make? For many, it may require a little more observation, right? Observation so that you can feel good about making the choice, the decision you want to make. So here we have Balance, right? Which Temperance energy, so Sagittarius energy. Some of you may be connected to a Sagittarius. So what happens when there's balance, right? This is the union of two people coming together. So, and I feel like it's Scorpio, it's the same people that are working on coming together here at the top of your reading. But in order to do this, right, we may need to work beyond some fear. We have itself showing it as the Nine of Swords, which is your darkest fears, right? So this is not sleeping well at night, being fearful, being worried. Let's get some clarification. All right, Scorpio. Tell us more about Move. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, beautiful. So there's the beginning. Scorpio, the beginning that's there waiting for you, right? The beginning that comes in when yourself and this other person, when you're able to raise your vibration, maintain your balance. Coming in next, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So it lets us know this is a work-related energy. This is about gaining focus, striving to become the best at what it is you do, right? So coming in as a clarifier on this Move energy. So both of you working diligently to raise your vibration in order to come together in union in this beautiful Ace of Pentacles beginning. Ace of Pentacles it's a tangible beginning, right? That's felt and experienced. So that actually literally may be the physical move, right? And for some of you, there's anytime we're moving, there's a lot of work that's involved in moving, packing up boxes and loading up trucks and such. Tell us more about finding balance. Tell Scorpio about finding balance. Okay, Scorpio, beautiful. So what happens when the two of you are able to maintain your balance or get your balance? Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune represents the energy of changes coming in. And anytime this energy shows up in a tarot reading, what I just can't seem to emphasize enough is, right, if we have an awareness to know that, like, hey, Scorpio, I've been trying to manifest and to create this beginning, right? Create this move. And for some, with another person, right? And I know changes are coming in, and I want these changes to be as favorable as possible. So how can I step in to manage the types of changes that come into me? Well, you can. You do it with your own energy, right? It's your energy, whatever your energy level is at. Those are the changes that tend to come into you, Scorpio. So you work on living a higher vibration, you're going to attract more favorable, promising changes. Okay, Scorpio, coming in next, we have the Moon card. So the Moon card coming in on finding balance. You know, the Moon card represents the things that are out there that we can't see, right? That we're unclear on. It can represent some murkiness, some cloudiness, which, you know, the Moon card also represents Pisces energy. So some of you may be connected to a Pisces. But the Moon card forces us to step back. Well, in many cases, right, it can force us to kind of face our fears. We have to face that primitive instinct within us, that animal-like instinct where I'm out at night and I can't see, so I just have to trust my instincts on what I'm moving forward with here. Some of you may not be able to see these changes that are coming. All right, Scorpio, tell us about nurture. Okay, we've got 3 energies here. We're going to take all of them. So here we have the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles, Earth energy, so Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. The slowest moving knight, but the most reliable. I feel like this knight, the reason he's so slow moving and he's reliable is because he's on a destined path. That's coming in attached to nurturing. Coming in next, we have the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles is, again, it's a work-related energy. We see 2 people here on this card, and they're working to strive and to manifest together. She's working in the field, and he's working on the stone fountain. Flying between them is this bird, right, representing universal help. It has a seed in its beak, where it's getting ready to release the seed, or it may fall on fertile soil and manifest another pentacle. Okay, coming in as a clarifier on nurturing. Scorpio, it may not just be important for you to nurture and to take care of yourself, right? But in the process of doing that, in the process of nurturing and taking care of yourself, you're actually taking care of the dynamic of your relationship. And for others, you may be nurturing one another back and forth. I feel like we have 2 things here. We have, some Scorpios that you may be merging and coming together with somebody, in this move, this union, and actually moving forward, working together with them in some way, shape, or form. And then for others, it's not about a relationship. This is about your own independence, your own sense of success, recognizing your own value and your own worth. The Nine of Pentacles, she's an action taker. She recognizes her value. She's an earner. All right, Scorpio, tell us more. Tell us more. Tell us about well-deserved reward. Okay, Scorpio. So, this is where we're getting clarification on well-deserved reward, equivalent to the Nine of Pentacles. Right? What is this reward about? Well, here we have the Ten of Cups. Right? So this is about completion. The completion of a connection, right? This could be the merging, the bringing together of 2 families. We see, male and female here, and she's holding a child, and he's holding both of them. So here we have, it's a soulmate connection for many of you. And for many, this is the reward, right? This is the white picket fence, right? The beautiful house, the yard, right? The dog running around. Yiping. I'm just kidding. Okay, coming in next, we have the Six of Swords. Right? So the Six of Swords represents the energy of, she's been in battle and she's chosen to turn her back, right? To lie down her swords and to walk a different direction. Right? So some of you, in order to bring together this union, many of you have to let go of something of the past, right? Swords of the past. Swords are painful experiences. These can be lessons that were learned, right? And they be lessons that were learned that were connected to relationships. Some of you may actually find yourselves needing to walk away from a relationship. Walking away from a relationship, right, in order to receive your reward. All right, Scorpio, let's continue. Tell us about choose your battles. Okay. All right, Scorpio. So this is the energy that we're getting clarification on, right? I was feeling a little bit, this can feel a little bit intimidating, okay? Because these heads, these 3 stone heads, they're big compared to him, right? And he's there looking up at him. So, he may feel a little bit small as it pertains to the challenges that lie ahead of him. Coming out as clarifiers, we have the 5 of Swords, right? So there's a history here. 5 of Swords is a limiting energy. We look at the figure here on the card. She has these 2 swords that are impaled in her back. So her Selen is making his getaway. So there's been some setbacks and some disappointments, right? Whether these setbacks and these disappointments are connected to this specific relationship and it's the dynamic of it, or if it's connected to something else from your past, right? But there's been sadness, grief, and letdown. So this is about, look, you're choosing your battle, Scorpio. So where do I want to put my focus, my attention? Do I want to stay stuck in the past, right, where there's pain and hurt, sadness and grief? It's just disappointment after disappointment. Do I want to focus my energies on this? Is that my battle? Or do I want to trust? Do I want to trust the universe? Do I want to balance my energy, right, with a foot in the water and a foot on dry land? Water represents our emotions and feelings. The dry land represents our presence here on earth. She pours a cup of water into a chalice of fire, right? And instead of putting the fire out, it creates this beautiful rainbow, right? Because it's divinely timed. So this is about being patient, right? Being patient, stepping back, trusting the universe. Got the Knight of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Tell us about Blossom. Okay, so Scorpio, this is the energy that we're getting the clarification on, which is Blossom. This is judgment, right? Allowing judgment to come to an ending, right? Clearly there can be some judgment here from the past that's connected to this 5 of Swords. And that could very well be what's bringing about these, the darkest fears. It's like, God, I got hurt before, and I don't want to get hurt again. And so a lot of times, right, it's almost like we have PTSD from the dynamic of relationships, where sometimes the pain can be so bad that it's difficult for us to make a choice, to make a decision moving forward, because we're trying so hard to protect ourselves. So coming in as a clarifier in this, we have the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is air type quality, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. If so, it's a younger energy. This is a truth coming in, right? And it's a Page of Swords. So this truth that comes in, it may be a little bit sharp, right? A little bit painful, a little bit curt, a little bit blunt. And in fact, it may even come across as being somewhat detached emotionally with this Page of Swords. But Scorpio, beautiful energy coming in next. We have the Ace of Wands, right? So for many of you, right, it was this truth coming into you that woke you up, right? That started your engine, if you will. And it may have been a little bit painful, but for many, I feel like it propelled you into creating this new beginning for yourself, showing itself with the Ace of Wands. I feel like that's what many of you are in the process right now of doing. You're building up your energy as you're taking it with you towards this Ace of Wands beginning. Tell us about control. Okay, so here's the energy that we're getting clarification on. So we see Leo's energy here. It's about observing, right? Observing other people. Where I'm putting my focus, right? Where is it that my focus is? coming in as clarification, we have the Ten of Swords, right? So I'm aware of these 10 swords. Ten of Swords, even though it's a graphic card, it's a good card to show up in a reading because it lets you know that that the swords are behind you, right? The lessons, the painful lessons, they're behind you. And Scorpio, it's just up to you now, right? To make the choice to lay down these swords, to turn your back, and to walk the other direction. So recognizing these 10 swords, 10 very painful lessons, allowing these to come to a closing. And then we have the Six of Cups, which it's a good energy. You know, it can refer to a younger time, an earlier time in our life, and for others, this will refer to somebody from our past. So there may have been, I feel like that is the case. You know, these 10 of Swords, right? This pain, it was connected to somebody from our past, right? Somebody from our past that brought about these 10 swords, right? They may have created an ending, caused a breakup or a split up. Could have been an ending in order to bring about balance, right? Maybe things were imbalanced, and that's why things ended. Tell us about balance. Tell us about balance. All right. Okay, we've got one energy here. So we have Five of Wands coming out, right? Mirroring energies. It's a limiting energy. Right, we see these lions fighting, the three men with sticks fighting. Nobody's really out to hurt the other person, right? But if it represents harmony or disharmony, it's disharmony, right? So it could have been, you could be finding balance, right, from mirroring energies, right? Anything you can do, I can do better kind of a thing. Right? So you may have been mirroring energies with this person. And now both of you are aware of this. And so both of you are in the process of finding your balance. Yeah, letting go of the defenses, right? Showing itself as the Seven of Wands. He's on top of this dragon. He has these 6 wands that are coming in at him, and he's fending himself with his breastplate and his wand. He looks like he's outnumbered, but he's on a dragon. So he's well equipped for this battle. So letting go of the defenses, and they're defenses that came up due to mirroring energies. And it just makes sense. That's kind of human nature. That's how it works. Right? What does this balance do? This balance brings about the change, showing itself again as the Chariot card. So we have the Chariot card showing up twice here in your tarot reading. The number 7, a very spiritual number. So this is about you, Scorpio, and the other person, represented as the white horse and the black horse on the Chariot card. Running in unison, right? Unison, you're balanced together, and it's running together in a balanced manner that brings about the Chariot, the movement, and the change. All right, Scorpio, I'm loving your reading, by the way. Tell us about darkest fears. Tell us about darkest fears. Why is darkest fears showing up here? Tell us about darkest fears. Okay. All right, so Scorpio. Here we have darkest fears, which is a limiting energy. It's a high level of fear. It's taking on a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear, worries, and concerns about what? The unknown. Coming in as a clarifier on this, here we have the Hanged Man energy. So we're seeing Pisces energy again. So for many of you, it's these fears that in one form or another are causing you to feel a little bit stuck. A little bit stuck in this hanged man position, where he's hanging suspended by his ankles. Notice he's wearing a blindfold over his eyes, right? Whether that's him refusing to be able to see things, or he's just unable to see things clearly. And it may be what he's unable to see that's bringing up these darkest fears. Why? Why is this happening to you, Scorpio? Because, look, at the end of the day, nobody wants to get hurt, right? Nobody wants to have their heart broken. We want to protect ourselves. Tell us more about darkest fears. Okay, King of Swords. So here we have the Seeker of Truth right here. Air sign quality, so Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, male energy, because it's a king, doesn't have to be. Yeah, but it's the truth, right? It's follow your truth, Scorpio, right? If you can follow your truth, you're able to let go of the fears, right? Following your intuition, following that sense of that inner feeling that you have within you, that kind of built-in clock, if you will, that just kind of helps us to manage the things in our life, right? Those energies and feelings that tell us, right, this is right for me, or hey, avoid this isn't going to serve me well, right? Following those energies, finding your truth, and allowing yourself to come off of this hanged man position where you are able to now make a choice. Make a choice. Okay. All right, Scorpio, loved your tarot reading. Here we have safe home as the affirmation taking us into your reading. Again, some of you may be relocating or having somebody relocate towards you. But yeah, I love doing your tarot reading for you today, Scorpio. I think you guys had a great reading. Right? I feel like there's some good messages here, and I feel like these messages will hopefully help you on your path, help you to manifest more joy and happiness, more love and abundance in your life. Thank you for the beautiful donations many of you make towards the channel. I appreciate those. That's what helps keep the lights on and allows me to continue these readings, as well as those of you who have ordered personal tarot readings. Right? If you're interested in getting a personal reading, just shoot me an email. My email is in the description below. Okay, Scorpio. It's Sunday the 17th. We're at the tail end of a weekend. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a beautiful night. Thanks, Scorpio.